Bowman stat line, 256.
I knew it.
And Jahari Martin, he had a heck of a game too.
Welcome to Bill Castle Field at Bryant Stadium. If you're just joining us, boy, thank you. We're making you wait to not the last minute, it's into the game. So we're about 2.5 minutes into this contest. Dreadnoughts Cooper City Cowboys here, third regular season game. Dreadnoughts coming off a big win against the Hurricanes last week, and Cooper City coming in 0-1 on their regular season and trying to get their first win of the season here at a difficult Bryant Stadium. Just underway, the Dreadnoughts won the toss and deferred to the second half as they usually do, and the Cooper City Cowboys had one possession, quick 4 and out, and were unable to pick up a first down. Dreadnoughts got the punt around the 50-yard line, and this is their first offensive series as the quarterback fires it over to Howard. Howard's dancing on the sidelines, coughs up the ball over on the sidelines, and a late flag comes in. So we're throwing a lot at you. Ski Williams on a nice completion there.
Fortunately, Chris Howard near the sidelines, he fumbled it and landed out of bounds. I think he was already actually maybe out of bounds before he fumbled anyways.
So with that, we did not have, obviously, traditional pregame. We just Michael Barrett and the crew just really scrambling down there to get any equipment possibly working and connected so that we could at least bring you some coverage. So hopefully you can hear us okay. And again, just under 9 minutes. We don't have a screen
hopefully
here.
See us.
Yeah, eventually. No score here at Bryant Stadium.
Penalty is a personal foul against the Dreadnoughts.
A late personal foul against the Knots. So that will negate a very nice pass from Ski McWilliams. We are hopefully on the air. You're hearing us. Here, Cooper City Cowboys, Dreadnoughts. Ski McWilliams, the field general, coming out on this first offensive series for the Knots. The star last week, Bowman, on offense, 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not a bad first game on a career-high night against a good Manatee Hurricane defense. A couple star performers on the defensive side of the ball as well. Number 44 had a stellar game, the hit man. He had the hit stick, Khalil Crawford. And Jahari Martin also turned in an incredible performance last week on defense, co-defensive players of the game. Still pausing to sort things out here. Howard gets tossed some more equipment. I'm not sure what he's putting on. Some sort of tail pad or something going in for Howard. Strong, not strong eye, rather single set back. Bowman's all you need back there. McWilliams hands off Bowman, left side, has a hole, cuts back middle, cuts back right. What a nice run down near the 10-yard line for the star junior running back Bowman. Had one man to beat and couldn't quite get by him. But got back the penalty yards just outside the 10, tip of the ball right at the 10-yard line, gain of 20. Second down and 5. Could be another large night for the Dreadnought offense. Pretty close game last week from our understanding. 23-20 loss for Cooper City last week. So they were in the game. Don't know the skill level of their opponents. Darian West and handoff number 25 right side untouched. Touchdown Knots, Deadrian Ellefson. Ellefson did not get a hand laid on him going on the right side. Maybe they're focusing on Bowman a little bit and snuck Ellefson right in there, Jeff Goddard, for the first points of the game. 8:19 in the first quarter. Jace Hohenthaner set to kick the extra point. Had the pleasure of talking with Jace's father before the game. Give me a little more background on the FFA president who also has an interest in veterinary medicine and wants to focus on cattle production here in the Central Florida area, and couldn't be happy to be at Lakeland.
Cattle production, wow.
Yeah, was here actually last year, but due to the kicking situation, he's 6'5", 6'6" with cleats on, as Dad said, and so he's got that long leg and length for punting, and he really wanted to be. It is a punting. How tall is he? 6'5", 6'6" with cleats, as Dad says. So is able to kick that consistently 45, 50-yard punt for high school is quite the weapon. And as a matter of fact, already having some scouts maybe taking a peek at him for the next level.
He might have to put his cattle career on hold for a while, kicking college, who knows, maybe beyond.
So he's had to really learn the on-ground kicking game part of things, extra points, field goals, kickoffs. He's not been doing that for a long time, as he really just thought he was going to focus on punting and be as good as he can. But the way it worked out, they need him for both. So he's coming on strong and learning a lot on the kicking department as well. And that time he boots it right down to the 1-yard line. Returnable as the Cowboys set to try to get some good, and that's not going to happen. 15-yard line, ducked his head and just got ducked under.
For those of you just joining us, we are officially on the air now. Lakeland's up 7-0, 8:13 to go in the first quarter after Lakeland forced a 3-and-out. Cooper City had the opening kickoff. Lakeland got the punter on their own 50-yard line and drove down. A nice run by Bowman, set up a 10-yard touchdown by
Ellefson.
7-0 Dreadnoughts, and Lakeland just kicked off back to Cooper City. It'd be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at around their 15-yard line.
Cooper City, number 18, O'Malley is the quarterback. Handoff left side. Boy, nice pursuit from the linebacker. Flying in there. Fontana on the carry. I believe that was number 18.
It's Martin on the tackle again.
No, it was Jahari Martin, who just had an incredible
game
last
week. Picking up where he left off from last week. For those of you who aren't familiar with Cooper City, they mainly run a wing T offense, so a lot of rushing. As a matter of fact, last week in the opening loss to Cypress Bay, they had 41 rushing attempts, only 5 passing attempts. So the Lakeland secondary is not going to get a lot of action tonight, at least in the air. They're going to have to come up and help with run support.
For those of you that don't know, also Cooper City is down just west of the Fort Lauderdale area, general area. As the fumble, late snap, and the ball still in the end zone. Now who's going to recover? Let's see. Knott's all over it.
Safety or a touchdown, one or the other.
It is a touchdown! It's the big type. Wow. Missed handoff to number 12, Isaiah Jean-Vier, just fumbled the ball, and it got kicked backwards into the end zone, into the south end zone.
A.J. Thomas, the senior defensive end, recovered the fumble for the touchdown in the end zone.
See old Branson Brown down there on the sidelines, former Dreadnought football player.
As we talked about, DeMarcus Bowman, the offensive star last week, with 256 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. There's going to be a flag on Cooper City for being offsides. We'll see if Coach Castle goes for 2 now, even though the point after attempt is good. So will he take a point off the board to go for 2? We shall see. But that's going to definitely be offsides.
It's one of those funny things about, do you ever take points off the board? That's always a question we hear about. But
tonight it looks like it may not make that much of a difference.
I don't think it's going to. Up. They're showing 13, so did that go?
The penalty was offsides against the Cowboys. It will be assessed on the kickoff.
Oh, he missed. Oh, no,
so Coach Castro decided to
leave it on there. 14.
Let the extra point stand.
Nothing is your score.
So, but last week on defense, Tim, the defensive stars for Lakeland were 2 senior linebackers, Jahari Martin and Khalil Crawford.
Yeah.
They each had 15 tackles, but Jahari Martin also had a fumble recovery and a forced fumble. And he also had 2 short touchdowns on offense as well.
It's funny, I was just telling a friend how good Bowman was, and I was like, yeah, he had about 250 yards, and we had these great 2 defensive guys. They had like 15 to 20 tackles each, and almost right on the mark.
On the money,
we didn't have the stats officially, but that is in fact what happened. As old Hohenthaler is going to get a leg workout tonight, maybe. A little deflating if you're a Cooper City Cowboy traveling all that way, 3+ hours, and just with less than 5 minutes played in the game, you're down 2 scores here at Bryant Stadium. Hohenthaner, the 45, boots it, line driver. Squibb taking a big hop, hits the ground at the 8-yard line. Return man gets up to about the 18.
They have not been able to get the kickoff past the 20 the last 2 kickoffs.
They have not been past the 20 at all, including on their offensive possession. So
Flag on the play.
late flag as well popping in. Welcome all Dreadnought fans. Sorry about the delay. It was not a weather delay this time, although we had a little bit of weather earlier. That front seemed to have moved through and cleared out nicely, and fairly clear skies, the normal summer evening clouds, but nothing like last weekend here.
The penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cowboys.
Interesting.
Nice to see a penalty, unsportsmanlike
Yeah, I guess.
conduct penalty against the other team. Normally they are called on the Dreadnoughts. That's a nice surprise that they're going to have to start this drive inside their 10-yard line. So it's not looking good for the Cowboys.
Not what they wanted at all. Still trying to break the 20-yard line. O'Malley set under center. Hands off to the running back. Fullback tries to block, but they just sidestep him and just take that runner down in a hurry. And
With Lakeland speed, you're not going to really run the ball on the outside very well on them. If you anything, your best bet's a quick hitter at the middle if you block it well. But
well, the other thing,
they're just
Jeff,
going to drag things out and make the tackle.
Unless you're so proficient at running, if the Dreadnoughts know that on defense, they're bringing up everybody. They're bringing their linebackers up. They're bringing their cornerbacks up, and everyone's just sitting in those holes, those gaps, and they're just very difficult. You can see everyone's within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage, including the cornerbacks. And boom, that's what happens. Just flood the holes and the gaps and nowhere to go.
They're going to have to try and maybe take a couple shots downfield just to loosen us up, but I'm not sure that's in their arsenal, to be honest.
PJ Sloan on the tackle.
3rd down and 10, almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
If you're Lakeland, you want to make sure you get to this game as healthy as possible. No injuries, because next week, the return trip to Apopka, they came to Bryant Stadium last year for a thrilling game.
Yes.
I think the final score was 42-35, something like that. And we go to Apopka next Friday night to play Coach Rick Darlington.
Nothing doing on 3rd down either. A loss of a few yards, and the punt team will come out for Cooper City Cowboys. Well, this could be a long night, Jeff Goddard.
This could be a name your score game.
Yes.
Actually, this could be a short night. It could be a running clock by halftime.
We have not.
Tonight's game sponsor here at Bryant Stadium is Regal Automotive. They have 2 locations here in Lakeland to serve you: Chevy, Kia, Honda, GMC, Acura. If you need a new car, Regal's the place to go. I've got all my cars, Tim, except for one from Regal.
And how many have you had?
Quite a few, because I used to lease them a lot, so I get
cool.
new cars every 3 years. Yeah, I'm not that old, right? So what's the big deal? You got a couple cars.
What happened? No, they've been a great game sponsor. As you see them up there on the Naughty Tron, which is in a little bit more
great
full
supporter
effect.
of Lakeland football and Lakeland High School as a whole. Of course, one of their locations is right next door.
Yeah.
They're our next door neighbors.
The speakers sound good on the Jumbotron, the Naughty Tron tonight.
And I believe that my halftime guest tonight, interview subject on the Harry Seafood halftime show, is going to be the man himself, Mr. Sal Campese.
All right.
So looking forward to that.
Punter standing 5 yards deep in the end zone. South side, pressure coming.
It's going to be blocked.
It's down in the end zone, and it's going to be recovered by the Knots. Touchdown. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts.
Keon Zipper recovered the blocked punt.
Ugh.
Tight end Keon Zipper, who's a big-time Division I recruit, making his presence felt on special teams tonight. Gets the fumble recovery off the blocked punt in the end zone. So we've scored a rushing touchdown. We've scored on a fumble recovery and a botched snap, and now we've scored on a fumble recovery of a blocked punt. So offense, defense, and special teams have all scored in the first 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this ball game, Mr. Conti. Extra point from your boy J-Ho is up and good.
Do we have enough cannon blasts tonight? Does he have enough?
Yeah, we're about to go buy some more at the store before the game's over.
Well, that is the good news. We could, we don't want to get cocky, but obviously Cooper City, the size and you can tell they're overmatched tonight, and just will do good to keep fighting and maybe, who knows, maybe put a few points on the board before the Knots get to 35. We'll see.
The Dreadnought scoring play was the punt block by Lloyd Summerall, which was recovered in the
So
end zone
Summerall with the
by
actual
Keon
punt block, and Zipper with the recovery in the end zone.
And
Dreadnoughts 21,
I've
the
heard-
Cooper City Cowboys 0.
I've heard that Keon Zipper and Lloyd Summerall are pretty tight, and they're actually looking at going to the same college together. So kind of ironic they combined for that. Points there. The points there is Lloyd Summerall blocked the punt, and Zipper recovered it.
Michael wanted to have us share with you guys that due to kind of the equipment malfunctions, we don't have any graphics up on the scoring tonight. So just bear with us. Hopefully you get to listen to us, and we'll keep you appraised of the
score is
21-0
Lakeland.
score.
5:40 to go in the
Nice kick, Hohen
first
Banner.
quarter.
J-Ho boots it into the end zone.
Kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback.
And
Cowboys will take over.
He definitely looks kind of tall and lanky. I'm not sure if he's really 6'6" in cleats or not, but he is pretty tall and lanky, no doubt.
The game is Jen Lysak with Keller Williams. Thank you, Jen, for your support of Lakeland High School.
well, this is one of those games too, Jeff. Maybe you can get some good play from your second and third team. Even just give them some playing time here. As I've saw a couple.
I think a lot of guys
number
will
11
get
pop in
reps
there.
tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think that Bowman will get 256 yards tonight because he's probably not going to have the opportunity to get that many rushing attempts. I'm sure, as you said, we'll be rotating guys in quite a bit.
Some movement on the. Ooh. It's one of those deals. Everyone's pointing at everyone else, but I think it was Cooper City just got a little eager there.
Of course, Lakeland looked very strong last week against Manatee. Next week, we even give us a better idea as we go to Apopka. But I was talking to one of our big-time fans who's here every week down before the game started. Pastor Riley Short, retired pastor from First Sam Methodist. And he was telling me he thought maybe this is the most talented team we've had since the state championship teams of last decade. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that, Tim?
Again, we saw the talents on display last week. I mean, the biggest thing, as you said, is the health of the players as we move along through one or two of these key players go down, and it could be a completely different-looking team, but certainly they have the components right now if they stay healthy and continue to improve to make a run at things. We don't know what the other state kind of environment looks like, but certainly has an opportunity from what we've seen, I think. It's like you have a couple stars, but then you have to have that good core backup of 3 or 4 solid players on both sides, and they do. And so we'll see.
Yeah, I would say that it could be. Time will tell. It could be the best team we've had since, 06. But I will say the last, 5 years, some of those teams are pretty good. A.J. Davis, James Robinson.
In the play, I think of
but I think this
our quarterback's going to have a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, and then also this might be a better offensive line than we've had some of those years. We'll see. It looks like it's potential to be a little bit better. And the defensive line looks really dominant. And the linebackers, the front 7 is dominant on defense.
So it takes a penalty from the Knots to get the Cooper City Cowboys past their own 20-yard line. They're at the 25. Let's see if they can advance the ball in this series. Still in the first quarter, just under 5 minutes remaining. Dreadnoughts up 3 scores. Handoff left side. There's a couple yards, a nice little hard run.
I think you're still going to probably have to see how the offense gels together. Some more new people on the offense, new quarterback. But I think the defense definitely might be the best defense we've had in a while.
Yep.
Front 7 has looking like it's going to be just dominant.
Summerall with the tackle. Fontana with the best run of the night for the Cowboys, 8-yard gain.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2, so the chance for the first opportunity to move the chains for the Cowboys.
Plenty of talent on offense for sure. Just a matter of getting all the pieces to gel.
Loaded backfield. Number 3 goes in motion across the backside. O'Malley hands off, up the center. Burst through. First down, Cowboys.
Arthur Bayfield on the carry. Tackled by Jason Hampton.
Jason Hampton with the tackle for the Dreadnoughts. With his long hair there, he reminds me a little bit of Robert Madden, we were seeing the last couple of years. DeMarcus Bowman is definitely special. Gives you a whole nother element. Not only does he a tough run, he's definitely got the speed as well. I'm not sure if the wide receivers as a whole are quite as talented maybe as some of the teams we've seen recently. There's nobody probably quite as big or good as James Robinson, but as a unit, I think they can definitely get the job done.
Inside handoff Number 10 trying to go to the outside, but the speed of the Knots is going to get him. He's going to lose a few yards.
Mark Fontana on the
And when a hole's closed, you obviously naturally want to try to get to the outside, but just the Knots will get you every time there when you string them out. Jones with the tackle for the Knots.
Play lost 2 yards, brings up second down and 12.
You can feel like how the stadium kind of was electric last week. We knew it was going to be, a pretty good game, and this week it's I don't know if it's just that humid or it's just kind of flat, but not as much.
It's already 21-0.
Excitement and zip in the crowd, but still fun to watch the Knots scoring every which way here. And again, the running backs for Cooper City trying to fight for every possible inch. And maybe back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Nope,
and 12.
still 3rd and 12. We'll see if they do, in fact, have the passing arsenal or any passing plays. As Jeff highlighted, 5 times to the air last week in total for the Cooper City
0
Cowboys.
tonight so far.
0 tonight. This time it's a passing rollout. Pressure coming. Quarterback tucks it under and gets bottled at the 30 for no gain. Did well just to get back to the line, but it again.
A.J. Thomas and Lloyd Summerall combined for the sack.
Tackled by A.J. Thomas and Lloyd Summerall.
Just swarming defense.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th down and 12.
Poor O'Malley. Tried to get a pass away, but just not enough time.
The offense for Lakeland's only had 1 possession tonight so far, Tim.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lakeland's up 21-0.
Pretty nice punt.
Good punt that time.
Caught at the 35. Knots have a seam. Finley Graham cuts it back, spins around, still on his feet, trying to get to the outside, and gets near the 40 to the 39, 38. Oh, he's trying to cut back way to the opposite side of the field and almost broke free.
It's a very nice return there by Graham. I tell you, I like, we saw this last week too, Tim. We have 2 returners back instead of just 1. And on that one there, the other guy back had a nice block there for to help spring Graham.
Yeah, we haven't seen that a lot in years past.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot on any level, really. For the most part, you normally just see 1 guy back there, but I like the idea of having 2 guys back there, and that sounds a perfect example. The other guy made a key block to help get Graham about a 20-yard or so gain on the return.
West and Howard split out wide receivers. Bowman, center. Fake to Bowman. Roll out left side. McWilliams caught Zipper in the wide open. I mean, nobody is there. Blocking downfield. Good job. He's just got to dive over.
That's a touchdown.
Zipper. Flag. Touchdown. So it's either a celebration.
So he threw the flag, and then he did the touchdown signal. Do the touchdown signal first. He was obviously in the end zone as he dove over the goal
Zipper.
line.
I mean, he caught that ball around the 30 and maybe 35, and nobody was within like 20 yards of him, and good blocking downfield. All he had to do was get up and over the blocker and the defender for the Cowboys. Let's see what the flag was here. That's an odd.
That might be the easiest touchdown he scores all year.
I think Keon said, wait a minute, where is everybody? Still talking it over. Waving
They
it
picked
off.
the flag up.
Okay.
There you go.
Touchdown Knots. No flag.
On the previous play. The Dreadnought touchdown stands.
Beautiful pass from McWilliams to Zipper, right on the money. The big tight end just rumbled down the left sideline into the south end zone for the 4th score of the night. 2 offensive.
Cooper
One
City
fumble
almost caught the
recovery,
block
one
there in
punt
the
recovery,
PAT,
yeah.
but cannot quite get there.
Boom. Knots.
28-0 Lakeland with a $1:25 to go in the first quarter. It's possible we can have a running clock, Tim, before the first quarter ends. Not likely,
Yep.
but it is possible.
I think both coaches have to agree on that for it to happen.
Is that the rule? The second half's automatic. You have to agree the first one.
Pass to Keon Zipper, which brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnoughts 28 and the Cooper City Cowboys 0.
September is upon us, everybody. Incredible how fast August went through. JV football, unfortunately, lost again for the second game last night. We would like to always thank the LHS's Junior ROTC for supporting Dreadnought football. They produced the Runway to Victory, which helps set up. They also help set up the press box, the banners. They clean Bryant Stadium and so much more. So they are awesome. They really serve the Dreadnought football team and the football fans well by all the service they put forward. So thank you to them very much. 3-yard line, number 10 picks his way. Nice little return. He could have been hit way back at the 6-yard line, but picked up an extra 14 yards. Fontana with a nice job of getting him up past the 20.
A little bit of sloppy tackling there. I thought we were going to get him inside the 10, but he made it out past the 20. Keith Corney just texted me, Tim, ask Cooper City now. They would agree to go running clock. Keith, glad you're watching up in the mountains of Tennessee. We miss you, buddy. Wish you were down here with us, but glad that you're able to tune in each week and watch the webcast. Next to my mom, I think, and my dad, I think Keith Corney is our biggest fan, Tim.
All right. 1:20 left in the first quarter.
And hi to Mr. and Mrs. Goddard, my parents. I'm sure you guys are watching at a local dining establishment right now on your iPad
Brayful
or
just
phone.
goes down in a hurry, trying to get to the right side.
Willie Lampkin with the tackle.
I dare say, Jeff, they probably have about 0 yards tonight rushing total with what they've lost.
Lost 3 yards.
They might have
Lost 3 yards in that play.
They
Second down.
might have 15 or 20 yards total, maybe. Second and 13.
Also want to give a shout out to my brother Robbie, who's watching up in New York City.
Yeah. Is he doing just visiting up there? Or
He's
is
a pilot for JetBlue,
Oh,
so
okay,
he's
cool.
up there working.
Very good. O'Malley hands off again to Brayful. Right side.
Good pursuit there and tackle by the Dreadnought defensive line.
Tackled by Willie Lampkin.
Dreadnought fans, remember
Willie
that-
Lampkin made the tackle there for Lakeland.
Remember, Dukes, we told you about it last week, is hosting a post-game party all season long. So after every home game, just bring your game ticket in and get a free appetizer with your meal. It's at South Florida Avenue and Lake Miriam Drive. That's Dukes. Sometimes you just don't want that Dreadnought feeling to end, and you can just go to Dukes and extend it a few more hours. Grab
That's
your
right.
bite to eat, hang out with some other Dreadnought fans.
End of the first quarter.
And the first quarter runs around as the Dreadnoughts 28, Cooper City Cowboys 0 at the end of the first quarter. So remember, everybody, that Monday is, in fact, Labor Day, and that would normally be the day to have the Booster Club meeting, but instead of Monday night, it was going to be held on Tuesday, September 4th. So if you thought that, hey, I don't have anything to do this Labor Day, I'm going to go down and see Coach Castle, you have to wait a night. So Tuesday, September 4th at 7 p.m. in the LHS Film Room, or better known to most as the Locker Room. Come listen to Coach Castle talk about Dreadnought football and so much more. Got the commercials going up on the Jumbotron, kind of neat in between quarters.
Thank you to the LHS Leadership Club for being tonight's press box sponsor.
So switching things around now, the Cooper City Cowboys are heading south. It's a little reverse, inside reverse. Number 10 initially got the handoff, and then he did an inside handoff to the end around receiver. Nice try, at least they're trying something.
Latrell Jean in on the tackle for Lakeland.
Brings up 4th down and 9.
Only a 2-yard gain on the reverse attempt. 4th and 9, so they picked up a whole net 1-yard gain on that series. All right, Finley, Graham, and Howard are just going to get a workout on
Is
returning
that Howard back
tonight.
there with Graham?
It is, number 13. They're inside the 40-yard line. Here comes a late blocker for the Cowboys. They probably need it, making sure that thing doesn't get blocked again. Nice snap in the breadbasket. Dreadnoughts were coming, and don't think that the last block didn't make the punter a little nervous because that one went high and out of bounds to the right side.
I mean, honestly, not that bad of a
No,
punt.
not too bad.
When you factor in
Jacob Fadout's punt goes out of bounds.
the hang time, so absolutely no chance of a return.
Take over. First down
And it went for about 23, 25 yards, which is not great, but they'll probably take it. No block and no return, so.
Like you said, if you shoot
can live
one
with
to
that.
Graham or Howard, and they could easily get 10, 15 yards quick, so it's and potentially break it. So at least you took that out of the equation if you're a Cowboy. Trying to look at anything positive for the Cooper City team at this point.
You got to take what you can get, right?
But the Knots will not break the 35-point barrier in the first quarter, but they could certainly do it just into the second quarter. Of course, Bill Castlefield. An extremely late August. And your third regular season game. And Knott's looking.
Ski McWilliams' pass is complete to Kadarian West. Flag on the play.
We're not on?
Oh. Sorry, everyone. We thought we were not on anymore. Thought we got the feed connection broken, but we're hanging in there. All kinds of stuff going on up here. Late flag. Nice run by West after the catch. There's yaks, but it's going to be brought back, unfortunately. Coach is kind of asking. Players are even saying, "Oh, don't worry about it." The coach is on the field asking, "What in the world was that?" Holding. Knots. There you go. So ball moved back inside the 45 at the.
Flag results in first down and 11 for the Dreadnoughts.
So down goes over, 1st and 11.
That was a nice cut back to the sideline that Jadarian West made there.
Was a very nice little play.
Normally, though, that kind of a screen, you would take it into the middle of the field, but I got shut off, so he pivoted and went down the sideline, got a nice gain, but unfortunately, the flag
Whistle blew.
took the gain away. Offside on the Cowboys, so we'll get some of those yards back. Be 1st and 6 now for the Knots.
Brings up first down and 6.
I think we'd rather have run that play. I think that was going to be a big one. We had wide receivers and running backs shooting out everywhere.
Want to give a shout out to Coach Baylor's parents who normally watch up in the Washington, D.C. area. If you guys are watching, want to say hi and thanks for your support of Lakeland football. I know, Tim, they're proud of their son, Will. Does a great job as the wide receiver coach here at Lakeland.
So 1st and 6 after the kind of melee, handoff Bowman. Bowman's going to easily pick up the first down. Gets tackled from behind. Nice tackle by number 70, actually, for Cooper City. Not sure who that is.
Tackled by Corey Silverberg.
Corey somebody.
And also Matthew Wong was in on the tackle.
Hey, that's something. Anytime you catch Bowman from the back side like that and bring him down, that's.
Well, it wasn't like he was in the open field. He was.
Yeah,
you know,
he still hadn't
melee
got
of the line.
Still hadn't got the jets turned on yet, but still. So first down. Knots on the move once again, up 28-0 here. 9:37 left in the second quarter rather. McWilliams scrambling, looking, flips it, attempted flip the zipper.
Ski McWilliams' pass is
Initially, I think was looking downfield, and then he tried to dump it off the zipper, but couldn't get it to him. But he was really kind of covered there. That's a situation, Tim, where in my opinion, Ski should have tucked the ball in and take off. He probably could have gotten 5 or 10 yards.
We haven't seen him do that, really.
Well, he did tweak his hamstring a couple weeks ago in the kickoff classic
there you
game.
Go. Coach might have said, don't
so
run.
he might be, a little hesitant to do that.
And that's probably wise. There's nothing worse when you're healing that thing and then it rips again or tears. Oh, You just know it right away, too. McWilliams under center. Uh-oh, lost the ball. There's a flag, though. That may have saved us a little bit.
Flag on the play.
Some movement by the Knots, I think, before the snap. Should be a 5-yard penalty, but we'll still have the ball.
Full start against the Dreadnoughts. Brings up 2nd down and 15.
2nd and 15 after the false start, but Dreadnoughts in control 28-0. 4 scores coming in the first quarter. A little bit of everything. Pass, run, fumble recovery in the end zone, block punt, recovery in the end zone. Howard and West split out again. My goodness.
Flag on the play.
That is some serious momentum killing.
Delay of game against the Dreadnoughts.
Wow.
Brings up 2nd down and 20.
Got to be aware of that clock a little bit more, the clock awareness. Just kind of lollygagging the Dreadnought offense. They're just obviously being up 28-0. You got to very difficult for any team to keep that intensity level. Ball way back at the 43. Let's try it again. McWilliams, fake handoff. Bowman, left side, getting pressure, is going to be sacked. Nice job by number 8 from the Cooper City Cowboys.
Cooper City defense showing some signs of life here. Of course, penalties on this drive have aided their defense.
Now you just got to pull that 3rd and 25 play out of the playbook.
Coach Castle has something for that. Like, there's an app for that. There's a play for that in Coach Castle's playbook.
Ellefson pops out, as well as number 85 coming out of the ball game for the Knots. Andrew Proctor, the junior. Trip wide receivers out to the far side.
Won't be shocked to see a draw play. No, he's going to pass.
Bowman looking to block and gets sacked. hammered.
Ski McWilliams sacked on the play.
Ski got
Number
crunched
90,
at the 50. Ski.
Dominic Zagari, he's a big kid.
I have to tell you, I would be telling him, you're up 28-0. Let the ball go. I mean, you have man-to-man coverage down there. Why not give him a shot?
And Raymond Yulfo.
To me, even if he's not
Offensive
open,
line
you
did
throw
do
it.
their job that time. Did not give McWilliams very much time at all to throw the ball.
2 yards.
Well, that series was a major failure. Just never got in sync at all. Never got a good playoff.
Let's see what Jace can do here.
J-Ho, high snap, but got
He
it.
needed all of that 6'5" frame to get that
That's
snap.
not the best if it takes. Oh, good bounce, though. Get on it, Knots. Get on it. Went in the end zone. Bummer.
That's a shame.
Baker's punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
So the ball was scooting a little too quick. Tried to knock it back, but
Dreadnoughts JV football team lost to Lake Wales last night. Their next game is at George Jenkins, September 6th at 7 p.m.
so
Come
they
out and support our
just
JV
announced the JV
Dreadnoughts.
football team. September 6th is their next game against George Jenkins.
Attention Dreadnought fans, thank you to LHS's JROTC for supporting Dreadnought football. JROTC produces the runway to victory, helps set up the press box, hangs game banners, and cleans Bryant Stadium, and so much more.
Man, that
You are second to none.
speakers are loud.
Yes, sir. New speakers
Almost
on the new
overpowering.
Jumbotron, very loud.
Flag on the play against the Cowboys. I hate when the refs get that involved. I mean, they're just,
Calling everything.
you can't even play a game. Just let them go a little bit.
Penalty for a substitution infraction against the Cowboys brings up 1st down and 15.
The old substitution infraction. 1st and 15. Trying to go straight up the gut, and he runs into 2 linebackers for the Knots at the 17-yard line.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry. Khalil Crawford on the tackle.
Familiar name from last week, Khalil Crawford, the man with the hit stick.
Play game 2 yards.
You
Brings
were
up second down and
joining us
13.
last week. You saw Savannah Collins doing the post-game interviews and shared with you a little bit about that hit stick as well as the turnover necklace. We got several
Those are in
bits
vogue.
of jewelry and things.
Those kind of props are in
Props,
vogue.
yeah.
in high school and college football.
Let's see who moved that
Flag on
time.
the play.
Probably delay a game, I think, on Cooper City.
I heard the shouts from the crowd, let the kids play. I agree with you.
Penalty is delay of game against the Cowboys.
Oh, the delay of game was pretty
Brings up
cut
second
and
down
dry.
and 18.
I guess you could overlook if you wanted.
Second 18. Cooper City putting themselves in a bigger hole with 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Happy August 31st, everybody. Number 2, left side, Knots all over it.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry.
Brayful dropped after about 3 steps. Third down and long again.
Sean Smith on the tackle.
We've had a lot of, both teams, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 25. O'Malley, left side, handoff. One block, but then number 12 just got ravaged. Isaiah Jean-Vier trying to
Flag on the play.
do anything he can, late flag. I don't know, I saw his helmet turn. I wonder if that's unfortunately a face mask by the Knots by accident. They're already walking backwards, so it looks like it's on the Knots. It's one of those that you just know that you know. Like, yep, we did it. Face mask, I did see that.
Penalty is a personal foul face mask against the Dreadnoughts.
So, the personal fouls are what are keeping the Cooper City Cowboys
Brings
moving.
up 3rd down and 4
Because it
for
would
the
have been
Cowboys.
4th down and about 17, but now a 3rd down and 4. And undercut after a couple yards.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry.
Brayfield picked up a few, but it's going to be 4th down. Let's see if they go for it with 4th and short. No, they're going to punt.
Tackled by Zay Yard.
So even with the personal foul face mask, the Knots hold Cooper City on 4th down, and they'll punt it away.
Officials timeout. For the second quarter.
Second quarter water break underway. 5:52 left on the clock, second
Parents
quarter.
of Lakeland High School students, please support our parent-teacher partnership. Your membership and volunteer service supports activities that benefit all students and staff at LHS. We need your help.
Let's go ahead and
These
take a quick
activities
commercial
to
with
success.
5:52 remaining in the second
Find
quarter.
more
We'll be back
information about
after these
us
short
under
messages.
the parent section.
Welcome back to Bryant Stadium. Quick commercial message. Good snap. Knots coming. Oh, low kick. That one could have been blocked. Khalil Crawford's the closest one to the ball. He's just going to let it run out of bounds inside the 48-yard line. 49, they marked it at.
Fireout's punt rolls out of bounds at the 49-yard line, where the Dreadnoughts will take over 1st down and 10.
Can't beat the field position they've had, Jeff Goddard. Now we just have to get one more score to get to that 35 mark before the end of the second quarter. So we have a running clock here in the second half.
We're scoreless for the second quarter so far.
We're not doing well.
They're pitching a shutout. And the Cooper City's pitching a shutout in the second quarter.
House is hosting post-game parties all season, every home game. Bring your game ticket in and get a free appetizer with your meal.
Penalties are a killer.
Is located on South Florida Avenue at Lake Miriam Drive.
Just get it together. Again, it's tough when you're leading by so much early on, just to stay sharp. McWilliams rolls out, throws it way over the head of Howard. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Incomplete, intended for Chris Howard. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Andy kind of telegraphed it, like, here's where I'm throwing it, exactly right here.
So Sal Campisi, the president and owner of Regal Automotive, is not going to be able to make it tonight for the Harry Seafood halftime show interview, so we're working on getting somebody else lined up.
I have to say, Knott's looking squirrely on offense, really, at best here in this game, particularly the last couple series. Nice throw there by McWilliams to Howard, who cuts back over. Turns on the gas. Now look at Howard go. Oh, my.
He's gone. Touchdown.
Howard turned it on.
Chris Howard.
He said, I'm just going to run where people are not, which is the other side of the field completely. He just ran to the corner on the north end zone. Be the northeast corner.
That was an excellent play there by Chris Howard. And actually, he was open for a while. McWilliams was a little bit late getting the ball out to him.
It was. I was going to say that, too.
But he, kind of stopped on a dime, turned around, and ran, like you said, the opposite direction, and no one was going to catch him. And that is what we need from the wide receiver position. That's kind of the first time we've seen a big play this year. Now, of course, I know it's only the second game, but that's very encouraging to see the big play potential there in Chris Howard. I was trying to say potential. He just had a big play, but
there's a
big
flag,
play
though.
capabilities.
Extra point's good, but there was a flag.
Point after is good. Flag on the play.
Came back in the Cooper City side of the thing. So let's see.
Chris Howard there showing you had speed to burn, Tim.
I thought he was going to get caught there, and he just started creating a space there around the 25-yard line.
He ran away from him.
Flag will be assessed on the kickoff.
Personal foul, Cowboys.
The scoring drive was 2 plays, covered 51 yards. The scoring play was Ski McWilliams' 51-yard touchdown pass to Chris Howard.
2 plays, 51 yards. Just as I said, the offense was getting a little stale. We saw Brad Smith up on the Jumbotron. Brad went to school with me at Lakeland High School, a year younger, a class lower.
Quarterback?
Yep, quarterback, and then went on to Kentucky, right, to play?
Yeah, played at Kentucky, yeah. He's filled in a couple times for you early on in the early years of the webcast. Great football mind. He's lawyer Smith, Feder, and Smith. They're one of our sponsors this year.
Dreadnought fans, there will be a Booster Club meeting Tuesday night.
So the magic number of the running clock, 35 to zip. My guess is that they will probably just talk at halftime and assess that starting in the second half, I'm guessing. But we'll see. You never know. Cooper City could score. It's possible.
Anything is possible. Not probable, but possible.
with the
Jace
penalty
kicked it up
yards.
over the fence. It's a home run.
It's going, it's going, it's going.
From their own 20-yard line.
You wonder there with the team up if you don't just try to kick it in the field of play, actually.
Do like a high pooch kick and make him catch like inside the 5.
Yeah, inside the 5-yard line.
Once again, just a reminder that Regal Automotive is our game sponsor tonight. We appreciate all Regal does for Lakeland High School and Lakeland football.
5:11 remaining in the first half of play here at Bryant Stadium, Bill Castle Field. O'Malley, set quarterback, rolls out right side, fires it, tipped and picked off. Number 24 got the tip drill.
Sean Smith with interception.
Tipped at the line. Sean Smith saw it floating like a duck up there and grabbed it and returned it a few yards. Jason Molina stopped him from going in the end zone. It would have been another score.
First down and 10 from the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
I'm looking for the surrender flag. I don't see the white surrender flag yet over there. So is he going to get the turnover chain? Does that get broken out?
I don't see why he wouldn't.
There it is. It's out. He's waiting on his. What is going on? Is that a long 2-point conversion? No.
That's first down.
I know. Just kidding. They got
Reginald Kellum, the backup tailback, got the carry for the Dreadnoughts.
Look at
Got
that.
a couple yards.
Half the team gathered around him to get the turnover chain with the big anchor on it.
Play game 3 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Very cool.
So Ski McWilliams has 2 touchdown passes tonight of more than 40 yards.
Kind of like you alluded to, is Bowman just not going to get a lot of carries tonight, nor do you really want to risk injury, really.
He's already out of the game right now. Not sure
Yeah.
if he's done for the night or not, but it looks like he might be.
Keeping them fresh.
I'm Art Martinez, principal of Lakeland High School. On behalf of the administration and the athletic department, I'd like to welcome you to Bryant Stadium for tonight's FHSAA athletic contest.
Not very often that you have some of your starters out in the second quarter, but as you said, you definitely don't want to risk injury.
Throughout the event, you will receive important information shown on this scoreboard.
Art Martinez up giving
For inclement weather,
a kind of broad message about a welcome message. Kind of neat, again, just so clear right now up in the new Jumbotron.
Bryant Stadium. If you have any questions or concerns,
The principal at
contact our athletic
LHS.
Thank you, and go Dreadnoughts.
Art Martinez has done a great job as principal at Lakeland High School. It's phenomenal. Great leadership for the school.
All filters down from that leadership position, and
Yes, sir.
it shows when you have that great leadership. The band is going to perform here, not in their full regalia, but they are set in their black T-shirts, orange hats, and
False start against Lakeland. It's going to back him up 5 yards.
Penalty is a false start against the Dreadnoughts.
It's a lot more humid tonight than it
It
was
is.
last week.
2nd down and 12.
almost like it needed to rain a lot more. 'Cause
It feels like a
it's thick.
August night, that's for sure.
Yeah. You can hang in there through September. A little fall's on the way in about 4 to 6 weeks. At least the Florida fall. Howard in motion across the backside. McWilliams hands off to Ellefson, the up man, who busts the first tackle and picks up a few yards to try to strip the ball, but holds on to it at the 15.
Adrian Ellefson on the carry. Tackled by Mark Fontana.
Oof.
So it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Dreadnoughts.
Let's get the feeling that they're just taking time off the clock. McWilliams gets the play from
No reason to be in a
Coach
hurry.
Castle.
Gain
Nope.
4 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
4 down territory unless they let Hohenthaner kick a field goal.
Which should not be a bad idea. Let him get some experience doing that.
Let's see what happens on 3rd and 8. Man in motion. Ski McWilliams trying to cut back and just falls down. Had everyone
Ski McWilliams on the carry.
flooded to the left side to bring up 4th down and long.
He lost his footing there on the
On
turf.
the tackle.
And we will see a field goal attempt as Jace comes out.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th down and 8.
Be
Hohenthaner.
by a 30-yarder.
Try to build the resume a little bit.
That should be within his range, I would imagine.
Never know when a field goal might have to win it for you, so get that experience. Let's look. High snap. Oh, boy. That's not going to be any kick attempt. Howard's going to try to run to
He
get
might
the
have
outside.
something there if one gets one more block.
Nope. Howard just dancing until they finally brought him down.
That's too bad. I was looking forward to seeing Jace attempt a field goal.
The Cowboys take over on downs.
So Cowboys will, in fact, take over on downs. After the botched field goal, not J-Ho's fault. High snap. Howard had no choice but to just try to make something happen. So at the 25 with 2:37 left, can Cooper City break this 35-zip?
Is Jen Lysak with Keller Williams.
Tonight's realtor of the game is Jen Lysak of Keller
High
Williams.
School.
Appreciate her support of the Dreadnoughts.
So no points off the turnover, the interception. You have to give the chain back if you don't score any points off the turnover.
That's not on the defense.
No,
I think
that's
he can
not.
keep the chain.
You're right. O'Malley, handoff.
My
Dropped.
question is, do they have a
Third grade field on the carry.
different chain to pass out if you score a touchdown on the turnover? Like, is it like a diamond-studded
You should get an
chain?
extra little.
Yeah, extra bling if you score a touchdown.
Yeah.
The remaining undefeated
Yeah, I think the anchor should have a jewel on it or something there.
Academy and Bartow High School.
Lakeland High School golf team undefeated, Tim.
Ooh.
We've had some great golfers come through over the years. Two-time U.S. Open winner Lee Jansen, former Dreadnought golfer.
That's right. Man, you're going way back.
Play lost a yard, brings up 2nd down and 11.
That's what we do here in the webcast. We go way back with stats and factoids.
2nd and 11. Got under 2 minutes to play. Quick inside handoff. Didn't fool the not defense. That Brafel.
Speaking
Field on the carry.
of way back, wasn't Lee about your age, Tim?
He's just a little older.
Gain on the play.
But
I'm
we,
just kidding with you.
yeah, we knew. I used to work out at what was the old Imperial Lakes Country Club out there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
him and Marco Dawson, some of those Florida Southern
Yeah,
College
yeah.
golfers used to come out there a lot, so I got to know him a little bit.
Unfortunately, Imperial Lakes has seen its better days.
Yeah, I should say so. It was a neat place once upon a time.
Yeah, it was a very nice golf course for a while, no doubt.
3rd and 11. Approaching the minute mark in the first half. Inside handoff. There's a little room. Brafel trying to get to the outside. He's going to get the edge. Down the sideline, by far the biggest offensive play of the game for the Cooper City
Arthur
Cowboys.
Briffle, he had over 200 yards himself last week. Not quite as much as Bone, but he had 234. So he's definitely their workhorse at the running back position.
One of the coaches for Cooper City running down there with him saying, come on, that's the way, boys. Let's get it going.
Tackled by Cody Holmes. Play gain 29 yards.
So,
Results in a Cowboys
wow.
first down.
Nearly a 30-yard gain from the Cowboys. 29 yards into Dreadnought territory for the first time tonight on offense. And a flag.
Flag on the play.
And just as I say that, they go back into their own territory. They were in Dreadnought territory.
Against the Cowboys. Brings up first down and 15.
Less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. 49 seconds left to be exact. Lakeland up 35-0.
Oh, bad snap on the ground. The quarterback's just going to have to drop, so they'll lose another 10 yards on the bad snap.
Jack O'Malley on the
They're going the wrong direction here, Tim. If you look over their sideline, too, you notice, Tim, they have not a lot of depth.
No. Their whole team is under one of those little pop tents
Yeah,
right
they
now.
had got maybe, I'm going to guess, 25, maybe 30 players at the most dress.
Yeah. Literally almost the whole rest of their team.
I mean, they
is
have a
under
pretty
the-
big roster, but I don't think the entire roster traveled, I better be honest with you. Doesn't look like it.
They only had enough to rent 2 buses or 1 bus.
play lost 17 yards.
Maybe so.
Last play of the first half.
It's
More
another
than likely.
fumble.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry.
Breffel
Almost
on
looked
the
like he
carry.
dropped the ball, but
And that will, in fact, do it for
Guess
the first
not.
half, where the Knots will take that 35-0 lead into halftime.
End of the first half. For the score,
As the wizard, Jeff over here, is trying to come up with a fabulous Harry Seafoot halftime interview, pull it out of the air.
well, I might be interviewing myself.
Oh,
We're working on something.
it's a selfie.
There you go, a selfie interview. We are working on something.
All right, so stay tuned to see what Jeff comes up with here at halftime. As at midfield, the Princesses of Precision, the Lakeland High School Anchorettes.
So we'll let the Anchorettes kick off the Harry Seafood halftime show.
And they will. They'll do many kicks to kick it off. We'll be back with you at the second half, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to halftime Dreadnought style. Tonight's performance provides an early look at the 2018 halftimes to come. The theme of this year's show, "'Tis a Gift to be Simple." Tonight's music, the show opener, an upbeat and exciting medley of familiar melodies from a distinctively American culture. This arrangement is entitled Appalachian Morning. And now, under the field command of drum majors Alexander Bush and Hannah Smith, it's the Lakeland High School Dreadnought Marching Band.
Whether they're adjusters or nurse case managers, let's be clear. They're still agents for an insurance company. You have rights when you're injured on the job. This includes your right to privacy with your doctor. Don't allow insurance agents to hijack your medical exams. You don't know if they're manipulating your doctor's recommendations, which can harm your case and put you at a disadvantage. Protect yourself and your family. Call us and stand up for your legal rights. Smith, Fettner, and Smith. Justice for all.
I'm Jen Lysak with the Welcome Home Florida team at Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here with my good friend, Benny Jr. from Bartow Ford. Benny just purchased his amazing home from me and my team. Benny, how was that?
It was a great experience. Actually, anything to do with buying a home.
Welcome back to the Harry Seafood Halftime Show. Jeff Goddard along with Kendall Thurn, a 2012 Lakeland High School graduate and member of the football team. Kendall, thanks for being our guest today on the Harry Seafood Halftime Show.
Appreciate
So what position did you play here at Lakeland?
For most of my career, I played linebacker, but then stopped playing baseball my senior year and started powerlifting. Then Coach Flaff pulled me over to the offensive line. So
Coach
that's
Flaff.
Yep. So he saw me over there in spring and was like, "Thurn, go play offensive line." So I was a right guard my senior year.
Okay.
Started every game. So
Very nice. What number were you?
50 in the 50 my senior year and 44 my junior year.
Okay.
So
All right, you had to move up a little bit. You can't be offensive lineman number 44.
You can't play
you?
44. You can't play offensive line 44.
So what was it like playing here at Lakeland High School and playing for your legendary coach Bill Castle?
Well, my dad graduated in '81, so he played for Castle as well. And as a little kid, he'd bring me out. I think my first game was when I was 5 years old. We actually lived down in Bartow. That's where my whole family lived. That's where I grew up. And we went to Bartow versus Lakeland, and ever since then I was hooked. The guy with the battleship helmet or battleship hat, and that got my attention as a 5-year-old. And then we came here with all the little toys on the field, and that as a little kid, that really makes you want to go here. And we moved over here right before high school, and I played all 4 years here.
So kind of cool to see that as a kid and then be part of the tradition yourself when you're in high school.
Especially playing for the same coach as my father. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people now, two-generation families that play for Coach Cal, so kind of a neat thing for sure. If you had to say, what was your favorite memory of playing football here at Lakeland? Anything stand out above the rest? I'm sure you had many memories, but.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go to California and play on ESPN. I mean, that was really neat. Spending time with all my friends in California. And
what year was that for you?
2010.
So that was your
sophomore
junior,
year.
Sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So fun. I'm sure that was a fun
That
experience.
was a fun trip. It was nice and cold, and we came out with a win in double overtime. So it was a good game. So.
And then after you graduated, you was telling me you went to UF, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I went to the University of Florida for 6 years, or 5.5. I got a bachelor's and master's in construction management, and.
That's good for 5.5 years to get 2 degrees. It's a good deal.
I got 6 football seasons, so that was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good deal.
Unfortunately, you weren't there for the best of the football seasons.
No. 12 was all right, but
yeah, your first season, that was the one good year we had under Coach Muschamp. We're big Gator fans too, my family. Hopefully, brighter things on the horizon for the Gators.
I'm excited for Coach Mullen to come in there. I've always kind of wished he'd come back, and excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We'll see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing now that you've graduated from UF?
Went back and worked with the family business. I'm actually the vice president now, and
that's Thurn Construction, right?
Yes. Dad and I got, a couple big houses on the horizon, and we're excited to get started on them in a
So
few
you guys
months.
mainly do residential construction?
Yes, sir. It's averages about 6,000 square foot is our average house. So,
Okay.
or we do pretty large remodels as well, but.
I gotcha. So now you have a new job here with the Lakeland High School football team. Talk about what your family does every Friday night.
Well, my sophomore year, my dad started pulling the helmet and the belt to the game, and after that season, he kind of took it over, and the old guy used to do it quit, and so ever since then, it's been him and my subcontractors helping to pull it to the game. Some guy that has a big diesel truck, and then
a construction company owner is a good person to have that job. So you guys pull the helmet, golf cart, and the battleship?
Yes, sir. I get to pull the battleship, and he gets to pull the golf cart. I mean, I graduated last December, so it's my first season actually doing it full time. But
so what's it like? I mean, that's a big old thing to haul behind your truck, right?
It's you get used to it in the construction industry. You get to pull trailers all the time, and I pull boats, and so I mean it's just another boat, So.
Well, that's true. Now, during the game, do you help ring the bell or blast the cannons?
I actually shoot the cannon, so that's pretty fun. So I'm not gonna lie.
So what was more fun, tackling a running back or laying a pancake block or ringing the cannon?
Definitely football. You can't replace that feeling. I mean, I could, go shoot guns all day, but you don't ever get to do that again after your senior year. So.
But then again, not completely get that. But then again, I don't think there's that many people out there who can say, "Hey, I blast a cannon on Friday nights at a high school football game."
Yeah,
you're one of the
that's
few
pretty
people
cool.
in the
That's
country
pretty cool,
who get to do that. So, well, anyways, Kendall, thanks for being our guest tonight, and thanks to your family for doing that. I know that's a big tradition here at Lakeland, so I'm glad you guys are keeping it alive, and glad now we have it back on the field, which is the first time in several years that's actually back on the field. So I know that's a big deal. So thanks to you and your family for what you guys do with that. Looks like your mom's down there too. It's a family affair.
Oh no, those are two ladies that help us. But my mom comes sometimes. So,
okay, I gotcha. Okay.
So when I was playing, she came a lot more. But
sure.
So she want to make sure I didn't get hurt. Like all good moms do.
But now it's a good father-son bonding experience for you and your dad. So Kendall Thurr and his dad both play here for Coach Castle at Lakeland High School. Now they're both helping out by bringing the helmet and the battleship to the games. Kendall, thanks again for being my guest on the Harry Seafood Halftime Show. We'll take a commercial break and be back with you with the second half. Lakeland's up 35-0.
Agnini Family Dental truly is a family of doctors. We strive to give our patients a patient-first dental experience. Our goal at Agnini Family Dental is to provide our patients with the highest level of comprehensive dental care and prevention. Every member of our team promises to put the needs and concerns of every patient first in every aspect of their dental care. Our family of doctors take a tooth-conservative approach to restorative dentistry with a special focus on sedation dentistry, implant dentistry, and orthodontics. Call to schedule your appointment today and let our family of doctors change the way you look at dentistry.
I'm Doug Bernetti, and I've lived in this area most of my life. Just one look at the interstate says it all. More people mean more cars, and that means more accidents. It could happen to you. And when it does, you may not be ready. But at Bernetti PA, we're ready. We have done this every day for over 20 years. We fight to recover compensation for our clients' car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages. Plus, we deal with the insurance companies so clients can get back on the road. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready.
You would like to advertise on the Jumbotron, call Steve Madden at 738-6183. And it's snack time, Dreadnoughts. Please visit the concession stand and support our Dreadnought Band. Dreadnought fans, mark your calendars for September 14th. The Dreadnought Marketplace will be open to meet all your Dreadnought merchandise needs. Vendors will be selling Dreadnought apparel, jewelry, spirit items, and gifts. Go Knots! September 14th is also Dreadnought Alumni Night, where we welcome all LHS alums. We would also like to thank the LHS Leadership Club for being tonight's press box sponsors.
We change your tires. We change your tires. We change your oil. We take care of your car and all of its needs. But there's some things you might not know about us. We take care of our community right here in Lakeland. Because we believe that we should take care of the ones we love. Here at Regal, we're happy to help. We change your tires.
Dreadnought fans, Duke's Brewhouse is hosting post-game parties all season. Every home game, bring your game ticket in and get a free appetizer with your meal. Duke's Brewhouse is located on South Florida Avenue at Lake Miriam Drive. Parents of Lakeland High School students, please support our parent-teacher partnership. Your membership and volunteer service supports activities that benefit all students and staff at LHS. We need your help to make these activities a success. Find more information about us under the parent section on the LHS website, or go directly to our website, lhsptp.com. Our first meeting will be held Tuesday, September 11th at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria. Come find out how you can help PTP.
Welcome, everybody, back to Bryant Stadium for the second half kickoff. We'd like to thank again LHS Leadership Club for being the press box sponsor tonight. They brought some incredible desserts. They had boxes of chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter fudge cookies, brownies, and some kind of pumpkin ginger snap cookies. So thank you to Lakeland Leadership Club. Pooch, lob, kick is going to go out of bounds. Nice idea, actually, if you're a Cooper City Cowboy. They tried to just kind of sneak it in where there wasn't a Dreadnought and maybe even recover the ball. But it was diverted out of bounds, so the Knots.
High school football action tonight. In the third quarter, Apopka 33, Bartram Trail 21.
Apopka 33, Bartram Trail 21.
George Jenkins 41, Bartow 0.
Wow. At halftime, is that correct? George Jenkins 41, Bartow 0? My goodness.
In the third quarter,
interesting.
Manatee 17,
Third quarter,
Palmetto 7.
Manatee 17, Palmetto 7. Manatee, the team we hosted last week and had a good game against. Let's see if, in fact, after this snap, there will be a running clock. As you see, the second team offense for the Knots is on the field. So Coach Castle's been known to bring out the first team offense for the first series, but he switched it up, and old Mason Martin out there, who actually got the game start last week, the freshman 5'9" quarterback. 2nd down and 10 to go. No gain. 3 wide receivers, some starters still in there other than the quarterback. Martin hands off. Nice little nifty run by number 21 for the Knots. Reginald Kellum, sophomore running back.
Run out of bounds by Rowan Simoy.
Simoy, who's been pretty active tonight for the Cowboys, gets him out of bounds. 12-yard gain, first down Knots for the sophomore. Great that you're able to, at Lakeland High School, get these leads to allow some other players to come in. We thought we'd see the running clock, but we have not so far. Nice cutback, number 21. He's in the open field, 30. One man to beat, down 20. 10, look at him go. That's Reginald Kellum for the touchdown. Cannons fly, Kellum. The 60-yard romp. Nice to know that they're in the back pocket, too. Kellum only a sophomore, as we just said. Oh.
That didn't take long, did it, Tim?
Just in time, Jeff Goddard. Hohenthaler boots it through.
The point after is good by Jace Hohenthaler.
These poor people down there, I always like to watch when that cannon goes off. People that are walking right by the runway just jump.
Especially they don't know it's coming.
The scoring drive was 3 plays
Oh.
for 64 yards. The scoring play was Reginald Kellum's 52-yard touchdown.
Well, Kellum officially 52-yard run, which brings the score to 42-0.
And the Cooper City Cowboys 0.
Kellum's going to have more rushing yards than Bowman tonight.
Yeah.
And the clock isn't running, which is surprising.
I don't understand why. I mentioned that just a few moments ago.
I can't imagine Cooper City protesting that with a long drive.
I thought it was
home.
automatic in the second half.
Yeah, me too. So that's unusual.
And that's actually what Paul Hallier said as well, too. He said the same thing I said earlier, that both coaches have to agree if it's in the first half, but second half it's automatic.
That's my understanding.
I think no one forgot to tell the clock person. Just extending the pain for Cooper City. Hohenthaler, nice boot over the head and into the end zone.
Jace Hohenthaler's kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys will take over, first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
So you'll see probably a good healthy mix of some starters on defense and some people getting thrown in.
This is as humid of a night as I remember at a game for Lakeland, Tim.
At halftime, Winter Haven 21, Sebastian River 10.
So Winter Haven up 21-10 over Sebastian River. Did you hear that Jenkins score? 41-0 over Bartow.
Wow. Maybe Jenkins finally has something.
Yeah. Or Bartow
Either that
has
or Bartow's
absolutely
really struggling.
nothing.
Yeah. One or the other, or a combination of both. Normally it's a combination of both.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry.
Paul Hallier asked that I mentioned parents of Lakeland High School students, please support our parent-teacher partnership. Your membership and volunteer service supports activities that benefit all students and staff at LHS, and they need your help this year to make those activities a success. You can find more information about us under the parents section on the LHS school website, or go directly to our website, lhsptp.com. Inside handoff. Oh, there's some room. And fumble. And recovery and fumble. Recovery. Lakeland. Knott's going the other direction. 10, 5. Number 44.
They're going to get Lakeland for a illegal block on the play. So instead of having it first and goal about the 2 or 1 yard line, it would be back probably around the 20 or so.
Khalil Crawford with the recovery and scamper down the right side.
Khalil showed a little bit of speed there. He definitely wanted to get in the end zone.
He didn't want to dive, though. I could tell. He's like, no, I'm not.
He wanted to run the guy over.
I'm not going airborne. I'm just playing plow. But we'll see after the penalty where the ball will be assessed. Nonetheless, Knott's will have fantastic field position on the turnover. So anyways, the LHS parent-teacher organization will have their first meeting on Tuesday, September 11th at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria. You can come find out how you can help and serve there.
Will take over first down and 10 from the Cowboys' 19-yard line.
Paul's lovely wife, Monica Hallier, is the president. The vice president, Lori Holmes, secretary, Stephanie Bush, and executive board member, Lori Madden. And they'd like to thank you in advance for their support. Here you go, Mr. Hallier. And we do not have a running clock, even though the Knots are up 42-0 here in the third quarter with 10:14 remaining. Handoff from Mason Martin down to the 15.
Not surprised to see Martin in the game. I'd imagine that Ski McWilliams' night is over.
Tackled by Michael Ruma.
Great opportunity to get the freshmen some more reps.
Goes a little bit against what Paul said normally Castle does, because I asked him if he thought who was going to start, and he said, well, normally they like to get the first team out for the first series and then take them out, but not the case. 4 yards on first down, 2nd and 6. The young quarterback going to get a bunch of snaps here in the second half. Nice handoff. Hole left side, good run, first down. Inside the 10 to the 8.
Matthew Wong with a tackle.
It's always good to referee calls for an official timeout. Always good to get the backups some reps early in the season. You never know when an injury is going to happen. You'll need them to play, regular minutes, if you will, or play when the game is in doubt. So it's a great opportunity to get all these younger guys and all your backups some game action. It's one thing to be in practice, but a whole nother to do it here at Bryant Stadium.
The ref made number 10. A couple people that, if you're semi-even injured, they make you go to the sideline to get checked out for at least a play, and then you can come back in. Knott's on the drive, though. First down and 8. Quarterback keeper Martin cutting back. Look at him go.
Touchdown.
Way to go, Mason Martin with a nice little run. That was a beauty. So you got
very
the fresh
nice run there. Nice
there.
cutback by Mason Martin.
Beauty. Good run. Knott's continuing to pad the lead with the second team offense. Hohenthaler. Deshaun Graham set to hold. Gets it down. Kick is through and good.
The point after is good by Jace Hohenthaler. The Trent Knott scoring drive was 3 plays and covered 19 yards. The scoring play was Mason Martin.
3 plays, 19 yards, with capped off by the touchdown run from your second string quarterback, Mason Martin. 49-0 is on the Jumbotron. So some points being put up by the Lakeland offense in the first 3 games. Nice average.
Few law firms can pinpoint an exact moment that inspired its founding purpose. For Smith, Federer, and Smith, it was 1942, when H. Guy Smith's uncle was paralyzed after a fall in a sawmill. He died 14 months later, leaving behind a family in need. The loss loss inspired Smith to found his law firm to fight for the rights of workers, the injured, and their families.
Hohentanner set to kick off at the 40.
Smith, Fedler, and Smith remains committed to his mission.
Again, Hohentanner, the punt specialist, has really needed to hone his craft on the kicking side and hasn't been able to do that. And now, pretty high percentage of the time is booting it through the end zone, and Mr. Automatic on the extra points.
All right, Tim, I got some answers to the question about the running clock. A new rule this year, instead of being automatic at the beginning of the third quarter, it's now the running clock is only automatic beginning of the fourth quarter with a 35-point lead. The third quarter is now subject to what the old rule was for the first half. Both coaches have to agree to it.
Were
So
there
apparently,
that many teams coming back from a 35-point deficit in the
it's a good question.
third quarter?
So I'm not sure if the Cooper City coach or Coach Castle didn't agree to it, but nonetheless, we will not have the running clock until the fourth quarter.
There you go.
Unless the Cooper City coach waves the right flag at some point in the third quarter, and then I guess we can do it.
Maybe just wants us.
Yeah, I don't think too many people are coming back from a 35-point deficit. Yeah, I don't understand that rule, to be honest with you.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
No gain, 2nd down and 10. A couple little short flashes for Cooper City. Their longest offensive play, 29 yards of the night so far. Really not threatened much of anything. Late handoff, that was a nice job. And the cornerback at least slowed down number 10. Got him to turn back inside, and finally the Knots caught up with him.
If you're
a lot of running for 4 yards.
That's true. If you're a linebacker playing against this wing T offense, you have to be very careful and watch where the ball goes, because some of these is like sleight of hand. They fake handoff to one guy, and they give it to another guy, and if you're not careful, you'll be pursuing the wrong guy. So you definitely have to be disciplined playing against this type of offense.
So now we see a lot of those different name jerseys in on defense. 3rd down and 6 for the Knots. Handoff number 10. He's going to get to the outside and pick up the first down. He stops and slides, trying to cut back. Look, he left
Jean-Pierre. Nice job, as you said, cutting it outside around the left tackle and got a first down. Then looked like he was trying to do the limbo.
You can see the trail he left. It looks like a car that took off really fast down there. His 2 feet marks where he slid about 4 yards. See if the second team defense can keep the shutout into the fourth quarter. Oh, nice job there, coming up hard. Number 32 for the Knots. Diamante Johnson, the junior linebacker, came up and plugged the runner.
Play lost a yard.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
The second team defense doesn't want to ruin the shutout, do they?
Handoff number 12 gets strung out. Left side, beautiful tackle. Helmet gets ripped off.
Flag on the play. That was number 30 for Lakeland, Tayshawn Rodman, made the tackle.
Face mask. Didn't mean to, but as he was going down, grabbed it. Talking it over with the defensive team captain for the Cooper City Cowboys. I don't know what there was to talk it over. Just
Penalty is a personal foul face mask against the Dreadnoughts. Brings up 2nd down and 3.
so 2nd down and 3. Down goes over. Would have been a 3rd and near impossible. Cooper City has a shot to keep this drive alive. Inside handoff. And number 12, fumble.
They're going to recover, it looks like, but
the
they're
ball
going to be
went
short of the
backwards.
first down.
They had a first down, fumble. The ball went back about 4 yards, and they're going to be short of the first down by about a yard. But still only third down.
Fumble was recovered by Arthur Brayfield.
Man, someone on the second team had a chance to get the turnover chain.
Arthur Brefil, their star running back, was Johnny in the spot and recovered the fumble.
Officials timeout for the third quarter water break.
Third quarter water break. Officials timeout with 5:43 left here in the third quarter. And we'll go ahead and take a brief timeout and be right back with you here at Bryant Stadium. Dreadnoughts lead 49-0.
Benny just purchased his amazing home from me and my team. Benny, how was that?
It's a great experience. Actually, anything to do with buying a home, I make sure I see Jim Isaac.
Anything that has to do with a vehicle, buying a vehicle, renting a vehicle, leasing a vehicle, I go to Barton.
That's because our customer philosophy mirrors each other, taking care of the customer first and foremost.
We both love working with families. I love working with families. 14 years in the business.
Are you getting like feedback in your ear, echo?
If you're in the market for a home, I definitely suggest you see Jim Isaac Energy.
And if you're in the market for a vehicle, call Barton.
Back with you at Bryant Stadium as the Cowboys face a 3rd and 1 at their own 47-yard line. Here comes the man in motion. Going to hand it off to Brefil.
Ooh.
And he gets stuffed. He only needed about a half a yard. He may have gotten it. It's going to be close. It's either going to be 4th and inches or going to just barely be a first down.
Oh, they gave it to him by chin.
They might measure, or they might just go ahead and say it's a first down.
They got it by a couple inches.
Ultimately, I think it will be, but they might come measure just in case. Cooper City wanted to line up like right.
And he's like,
they
wait
never
a second,
line up out by
boys.
the
You
numbers.
may already have it. You may not need to run it.
They were going to line up and run it out practically out of bounds over there, right by the 50-yard, the 5 and the
They got it.
50-yard line.
Half the length of the ball. Plenty of.
Took the officials a long time to signal, but that is going to be a first down.
Previous play resulted in a Cowboys first down.
Cooper City inching their way ever so close to possible points against the second team defense. O'Malley hands off left side. No gain.
Braden Long on the carry.
Sean Smith made the tackle for the Dreadnoughts.
On the play, brings up 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 now for the Cowboys. Lakeland up 49-0 with 4:25 to go in the third quarter.
Nice kind of shifty handoff. As Jeff talking to some people at half, everyone's already kind of looking next week to that Apopka game and anticipating what you said, that to be our first real test of this year. Now,
Manatee was a test.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Obviously tonight not so much, but Manatee's, they're not on the level of the Popkas, you know, but that was a good, solid test. Now next week is a really, really good test. Then after that, we'll be back here at Bryant Stadium in 2 weeks on September the 14th against Gibbs High School from St. Pete. And the shutout just went bye-bye as Braden Long has a 46-yard touchdown run for the Cowboys.
Nice
Even though mainly a lot of backups are on the field, Coach Baldini was none too pleased with that, as I'm sure he wanted to get a shutout.
Brandon Long, number 3, with the longest run of the night for the Cowboys, resulting in 6 points.
Good thing for the Cowboys, his last name wasn't short.
Number 40, who this is the first extra point we've seen him try to kick, gets it up, and it is good.
Lakeland almost had the block there.
Close.
The Cowboys' scoring drive was 9 plays and covered 80 yards. The scoring play was Braden Long's 46-yard touchdown run, which brings the score to the Lakeland Dreadnoughts.
9-play, 80-yard drive by Cooper City, 49-7. The 0 has been erased. Defense kind of coming off with their hats hanging a little low. You wouldn't know that we're winning 49-7, but they just really didn't want to be the squad that let it up. The ominous bell tolling here at Bryant Stadium. The squib, funky kick to the left side. Oh, what a block. Oh, my word. That was a slobber knocker. Face mask.
That's going to be.
Where's that penalty?
DeAndre Keys on the kickoff return.
Is there 2 flags on the?
Oh, he got it.
There's 1, yeah, that's going to be the face mask. So Lakeland will have the ball in Cowboy territory once they mark the penalty off.
Tonight's sponsor of the game is Regal Automotive. With 2 locations here in Lakeland, Regal has been family-owned and operated for the past 42 years.
It's hard to keep talking up here tonight, folks. We're just whooped, and the Knots are whooping Cooper City. And so if you're hanging in there with us, hopefully you're just enjoying watching the play on the field.
Thank you, Jen, for your support of Lakeland High School.
.329 away from a running clock. This would be a little mercy on all of us. Personal foul, face mask against the Knots?
Against Lakeland? That's surprising. It must have been on a block, I guess. I mean, the guy that was tackled obviously didn't face mask.
The penalty was a face mask against the Dreadnoughts.
The announcer here at the stadium said, against the Dreadnoughts. Like, he
yes,
was
you
as
could tell
surprised as the rest of us were.
Surprise in his voice.
Flag on the play.
3:27 to go in the third quarter.
And then 5 yards. Oh, ridiculousness. 5 yards back the other way. Cooper City with the jump off sides.
Penalty was offsides against the Cowboys. Brings up first down and 5.
1st and 5 finally here. Let's go. Tiny seam for a moment and then closes quick. Pickup of maybe
no hole for
2
Tate
yards.
McWilliams on that one.
Yeah.
So the defensive line for Cooper City did their job and stuffed the run. As McWilliams got 1 yard in the play. 2nd and 4 now. As it was 1st and 5 due to the offsides the previous play.
Martin handoff 21, makes a nice cut. Back to the outside. There goes Martin. Down the sideline, 30.
It's not Martin.
Oh, not Martin. 21, I'm sorry. Reginald, let's kill him again.
Reginald Kellum again.
Dang, he is going to have more yards than Bowman.
He's got over 100 yards now.
Kellum.
We got speed to burn in the backfield, Tim Conti.
Nice looking junior runner.
And he's only a sophomore so he's a year
runner.
behind
I'm all disheveled.
Bowman, which is nice. 5'11", 154. He's not near as big as Bowman, but he's a year younger. I'm sure he'll add some
Got
muscle.
room to grow.
He's coming back, though, unfortunately, holding.
Oh, holding. Wow. That'll hurt.
Other scores tonight in the fourth quarter, George Jenkins 49, Bartow 0.
Bartow can't get anything going against Jenkins tonight. 49-0, George Jenkins.
33, Bartram Trail 28.
Ooh, that's a
So
good
Popka's
game.
got a tough game tonight. Bartram Trail is
Yeah.
out of Jacksonville. They're a perennial playoff team. So we had the easy game tonight. Popka has a tough game. If the game next week is half as good as it was last year, the people of Apopka will enjoy that game immensely. And I'm sure Lakeland fans, as we always travel, will have a strong showing up in Apopka next week as well.
So the touchdown from Kellum was taken away on the holding penalty, and Kellum picks up a few yards on second down, still third and short.
Tim, that might have been the best game we've had since we've been doing the webcast. The Apopka game last year, just in terms of sheer excitement and drama and quality of play. I mean, that was just an excellent high school football game last year. If you remember, it was on a Thursday night, too. We had to play, trying to get it in before the hurricane.
Yep. Hey, there we go. Our headsets got adjusted. We can hear ourselves. Quarterback, keeper Martin tried to take it himself, and he's not going to get there.
Martin on the keeper, tackled by Matthew Long.
Matthew Long was in the backfield, and no gain to bring up 4th down and 2. Knotts will punt it away with Hohenthaner.
Jace will get some more practice punting. He, fortunately for Lakeland, has a lot more practice kicking extra points than punts.
Clock continuing to tick away here in the third quarter, 1:15. As timeout, Dreadnoughts. A little bit of confusion on the kicking team.
We change your tires. We change your oil. We take care of your
Again, thanks to the Lakeland Leadership Club for the good cookies and good brownies.
We won't mention, but a certain restaurant in town was supposed to bring food, and
I know.
it didn't happen. We're going to leave that establishment unnamed. But the Lakeland Leadership Club picked up the slack, and they had cookies and brownies down there. So at least that's some treats for the people in the press box.
It's funny. I saw several people kind of rely on dinner. They come from work, or they come from, just for a bite to eat and sustain them through the game. And obviously the restaurant didn't come through, but we saw plates piled up with cookies and brownies. The dinner of champions.
I walked over before the game and got a slice of pizza from the concession stand.
Yeah, you were crafty
supported
with
the
that.
band.
Yeah. Nice snap. There you go. Wow, that's a beauty. Hohenthaner just drilled one.
Muffed, too.
And muffed it in the end zone. Recovered by the Knotts.
Should be a touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow, that was a beautiful punt. I mean, one of the best looking punts I've seen in years.
It looks like we have two Dreadnought players fighting over the ball.
That's funny.
So that was either number 15, Antonio Ware, or number 23, A.J. Thomas, who recovered the fumble. They were looking like they were arguing over, fighting over who had it. I think A.J. Thomas got it.
He's trying to take it away. He's trying to take it away.
Until I'm told otherwise, we'll give credit for that one to A.J. Thomas. It looked like he was the one who had actually recovered it. At least he was claiming he did.
That's funny. 55-7. On the beautiful punt from Hohenthaner.
That was an amazing punt.
Yeah, I mean, that couldn't have been any prettier. It was just rifle up with a spiral and then turned over, surprised the return man from Cooper City, drove him back, and he just hit him on the shoulder pads. He just missed it because it was going over his head, and that was an easy one for the Knots. Just 4 Knots were recovered, and there was no one else back there for Cooper City. I think the cheerleaders are tired of throwing the little footballs out tonight. Their arms are hurting.
They might have to go to the training room tomorrow and get some therapy.
Uh-oh.
They'll be in there with some of the football players.
Muffed snap on the extra point. And that's not going to work. That was a forward lateral, and then Hohenthaler took a
He got hammered.
wallop.
Deshaun Graham's pass is complete to Jace Hohenthaler.
Pass complete to the kicker.
Ryan Gross with the tackle.
Not
That's
exactly
funny.
the way you drew it up.
Oh, man. At least Jace can say, I caught a pass in high school football game. Yeah, I did.
At halftime, I got to talk to my great uncle, Dick Randall, at the game tonight. He's 84 and still in excellent health and gets around very well.
Nice. Does this third quarter seem like it's taken like double time?
I think that we were expecting to be a running clock, and when it wasn't, yeah, it seems like it's dragging on.
Special teams coming through big time tonight as we start to think about the players of the game, maybe. That's a little bit tough because it abbreviated starters in the first half.
I think offense is pretty simple based on, I don't know. I mean, his second touchdown got called back, but Skeeman Williams had a couple long touchdown passes.
Oh, ball down the turf again. Number 12 drops it. Special teams all over him at the 15,
I have to also
16.
decide who we're going to interview after the game, player-wise.
On the kickoff return. Tyrell Jones on the tackle. The Cowboys take over first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15 for the Cowboys. Under a minute
54
to
seconds
go.
to go in the third quarter. I mean, I understand that by not having the running clock in the third quarter, you give your backups a chance to get more reps. But when you have games like this, the blowouts, I mean, it's hard to keep the interest of the fans in these type of games.
Arthur Brayfield on the carry.
Their star Brayful.
He's only had 1 or 2 good runs tonight. Lakeland's done
He's
a
had
pretty good
couple.
job
Yeah,
of
containing him.
keeping him in check for sure.
Play gain 5 yards, brings up second down and 5.
Five-yard gain, number 88 out to this near side. He's tight end position. O'Malley, that was a lot of movement, but they didn't call anything. There's Brayfield again. Right side, maybe 4 yards.
Tackled by Tayshawn Rodman.
Tayshawn Rodman for the Knots made the stop. And that should do it for the end of the third quarter. Officially in the books. 55-7 at the end of the third quarter. Let's go ahead and take a brief timeout and come back here with you for the hopefully abbreviated fourth quarter. Welcome back here to Bill Castle Field and Bryant Stadium. The Knots enjoying overwhelming lead tonight against the Cooper City Cowboys. Nice little scrimmage game for the Dreadnoughts preparing for Popka next week, their big road game. should be a fun one. Rifle picks up a few on a long. Oh, he may have gotten the first down. I can't tell from this angle.
Britfield has pretty good size, 5'11", 185.
Tyrell Jones on the tackle. Correction, Malik Whitaker on the tackle.
Malik Whitaker made that tackle for the Dreadnoughts. Excuse me, it's Valik, not Malik. Malik Whitaker made that tackle. Unfortunately, we have an injured Cowboy in the field.
And they brought the tray of pizza over for $1 a piece, and they're going like hotcakes down there.
Is it really $1 a piece?
Yeah.
I paid $2.50 for my slice before the game. But at this point, it's probably cold. It's like eating cold pizza on Saturday morning from the night before. Mine, when I had mine before the game, at least it was still somewhat hot, if not piping hot. What song is this, Tim? I never heard it before.
It's the old horse.
A goat?
Oh, is that his? Did I make a?
No, I kid. Looks like the young man for Cowboys not hurt too bad. Here's the punt for the Cowboys.
And
nice punt.
No one back.
No one back for Lakeland. I guess we had the block on. Either that or somebody forgot to line up on the field.
That's all right. Let her go.
No, we had 11 on the field, but no one back for the punt.
Down to the 30. The Knots will take over with the running clock in the fourth quarter. So we are a mere 10 minutes and 47 seconds left from the end of this game. I think we have a new quarterback in. Number 26, Kellum. Look at Kellum. Oh, my. 40, 50, down to the 40. Lowers his head, 35 near the 30-yard line. Number 21, Kellum.
Tyler Skillern is the new quarterback, junior, 5'11", 205.
And right there to pat him on the back and shake his hand is Bowman down the sideline. Can appreciate the running skills of Kellum tonight.
They're both 5'11", but according to the program here, Bowman has 36 pounds on him. But he's a year older, so the next year or two, I would imagine Kellum will add some muscle to his frame. He's kind of a scat back now, but he definitely has some speed.
Big gain from Kellum, first down and 10.
Martin's back in the game.
Ellefson
at quarterback.
Ellefson on the carry. Tackled by Jordan Masoko.
Tim, you ready for some college football this weekend?
That's right, man. Cranking it up. It's so funny because there were, I guess it's popular now that, was the fantasy football leagues for pro, but now a lot of people are fantasy football in college. So,
Kathleen 16.
Some more scores for you. Kathleen 16, Lake Gibson 14. So
close
local
game, yeah.
interest and a close one.
Lakeland rivalry there, very tightly played game. Yeah, I've done fantasy football for NFL, Tim, for
oh my word, look at Kellum.
He's coming back.
Reginald Kellum on the carry.
Impressive running though, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, I've done NFL fantasy football for a long time, almost 20 years, but I don't like to do college. I'm such a big Gator fan. I want to just watch the game, cheer for the Gators.
There you go.
I want to root for somebody somebody having a big run against Florida because they're on my fantasy team. So I just stick to fantasy for the NFL. Watch college for the enjoyment factor. But you're all right, though. Yeah, the last 5 years or so, college football fantasy is definitely kind of taken off.
So Skillern is number 26, who's rotating in and out with Martin.
Correct.
The third-string quarterback, 5'11", 205, built more like a linebacker, but
he's got some size to him.
Was able to hand the ball off.
But Martin was back in the last play, and Martin is in there now.
They just keep swapping. 2nd and 20. It says 2nd and 7 on the board, but it is much longer than that. It's Martin out of the shotgun. The 9th grader drops back 3 steps, looking downfield, looking, has some room. He's going to run. He's a good runner. Oh, he tried to cut and he slipped. He could have had a bunch. He only had one linebacker out there, number 28, and he was going to juke him, but just slipped. That could have been a big play.
He's got fresh legs out there. He's got some energy.
So that'll be a 3rd still and about 13, 14 yards.
Brings up 3rd down and 14.
He ran a long distance, but he was dropped back and he took a few steps back into his passing position, and so he had to run about 10 yards before he got back to the line of scrimmage. But picked up 5 yards. 3rd and 14 officially with 6:49 on the clock, ticking away. And Skillen, number 26 is going to get sacked. The 3rd-string quarterback was going to try to roll out and pass it.
Skillard sacked on the play. Matthew Wong with the sack. Jordan Maselko with the sack.
Nowhere for Skillen to go. That was one of those deals he just ran right into the oncoming defender.
Fourth and a fourth of the football field. 4th and 25.
It is good to know, though, that you got Martin and then Kellum right there, number 21. Of course, we still have Bowman next year. Wow, even with the running clock, they're going to kill the clock for the 4th quarter water break, a mandatory
Got to have the water break.
So we'll send it for a quick timeout as well with 5:55. Dreadnoughts leading 55-7. We'll be right back with you for the final moments of this game.
Few law firms can pinpoint an exact moment that inspired its founding purpose. For Smith, Federal, and Smith, it was 1942, when H. Guy Smith's uncle was paralyzed after a fall in a sawmill. He died 14 months later, leaving behind a family in need.
Water break are done. Number 22, fresh leg. Whoa, look at number 22 picking his way down.
We actually ran it on 4th and 24. We got about 20 yards, but the possession will switch to the Cowboys now with 5:32 to go.
That was a nifty
the 4th
little
quarter.
run.
Running clock as your score is 55-7 in favor of the Dreadnoughts.
That's not. Is Tay McWilliams any relation to Ski?
I'm not sure. I won't be surprised, but I'm not sure what to inquire about that.
And a turnover on downs. The Cowboys will take over 1st down and 10.
So the turnover on downs, and Cooper City will try to go 75 yards. Uh-oh. Late substitution for the Knots. They just did get it in. Pressure coming. Throw nearly caught. Number 10 had a chance at it. O'Malley just got it up where the intended receiver had a shot, but just fell out of bounds.
Intended for Braden Long. Brings up 2nd down and 10. In other state scores,
2nd and 10.
Quarter,
A few more scores for you. I don't know if you'll know these. Miami Central 20, Booker T. Washington 5. So
it's a big Miami rivalry.
If you follow the South Florida
usually
big teams.
Booker T. Washington is one of the better teams. It's a little surprising that
Yeah.
they're losing to Miami Central, who also has a good program.
So maybe an interesting year this year. Who knows, for some Cinderella teams may be able to come through the ranks and
quite possibly
make it into the playoffs. 2nd 10 after the incompletion on first down. O'Malley hands off up the middle. Nothing there at all.
That Dreadnought defense still swarming up 48 points with the backups late in the fourth quarter.
Mark Fontana on the carry.
Fontana, number 10, who's struggled all game, but
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Not a lot of holes for them to run
not
through.
a lot of plays. I was going to say, anything about anyone would have struggled against this defense tonight. Oh, a lot of movement on the line, and oh, that's no.
They're going to get him for pass interference.
Barely.
That's a good call, though. I mean, he didn't even make any attempts at the ball. Didn't look back at all.
Jack O'Malley's pass is incomplete.
It's a pretty clear-cut call there.
Flag on the play.
Pass interference will be 15 yards.
.235 to go in the ball game.
Penalty is pass interference against the Dreadnoughts.
That is a monster, man. Look at that thing. He's a Godzilla roach up in
some kind of a big bug up here in the press box.
buggy
Scared
thing.
one of the students up here.
Looks like an old monster movie. Oh, that's going to be, nearly picked off. Where's the,
Jack O'Malley's pass.
almost should have been defensive interference.
Pass was broken up by Tayshawn Rodman.
Tayshawn Rodman went up with the receiver and had position, had a shot at intercepting that ball, and right in front of the Lakeland bench, so all the defenders were like, oh man, just almost got the turnover chain.
1:39 to go. Tim, I'm going to leave it with you, let you decide the players of the game.
Oh, thanks. All right, we'll do it.
I trust you. I'm going to go get down there and get some interviews lined up. It'd be a surprise to see who we're going to interview.
Drop back O'Malley for one last time, trying to set up a screen and almost could have been picked off by the Knots.
Jack O'Malley's pass is incomplete.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, Jeff's out, heading down to get some interviews going. The master at the quick draw mic. Heading down for your enjoyment. O'Malley rolling out right side, tries to throw it in the flat, tipped, and could have been picked off again. Number 43 just needed to look up. Could have grabbed it. So 4th down and 10, but time will probably run out before they'll even have to kick this away. So for all intents and purposes, this game is Dunsky.
Shortly after the game is over, and this will be your cue to clear the field. Please be respectful of the coaching
And
staff,
officially,
clearing the field and exiting the stadium.
this game is completed.
And that ends tonight's ball game.
And 55-7 is your final score on a nice home win for the Knots against the Cooper City Cowboys down from the Fort Lauderdale area.
That is your cue to promptly exit the field. Thank you for attending tonight's game. Next Friday night, the Dreadnoughts will be traveling to Apopka to take on the Blue Darters. Again, the Dreadnoughts.
So the Dreadnoughts are going to have to get re-energized here during practice this week, and get pumped up for the Popka Blue Darters because that's going to be a tussle. And especially away, it's always a little more challenging. So big road test for the Knots coming up next week. Probably looking on the calendar, this might be one of those defining games. But taking a few minutes to enjoy this 55-7 victory. Remember, there's that after party at Duke's for those Lakeland High School football fans that want to go meet with a couple other Dreadnoughts. If you bring your ticket stub, you get a free appetizer. Congratulating the team down there. one of my neighbors just got at the end of the line, and he's just shaking all the players' hands. Yep, that's him. Good old Raymond. Thank you for joining us here. We're sorry we had a little equipment errors again. We'll get it straightened out. New Jumbotron looked good tonight, but thank you to Michael for hanging in there, and Bob and figuring things out. Oh, we'll stand up here to start looking for Jeff Goddard, but it won't be till after the team prayer. George Williams has been so faithful to kind of take that leadership and just bring everyone together at the center of the field and lead that team prayer at the end of the games. The team chaplain, just an honor to give a little worship and praise where it's due. So interesting game. Bowman not getting a lot of playing time because it didn't really need him. So very interesting picking a player of the game. Finley Graham did a nice job on offense. I actually think Jason Hampton had a nice game on defense tonight. Mr. Keon Zipper didn't do too shabby on offense. I'm definitely giving one of the players of the game tonight to Jace Hohenthaner. So I guess that would be special teams. Jace did a great job. He had a couple kicks and punts that resulted directly into turnovers and touchdowns. I'm going to give it to Jason Hampton on the defensive side. We'll give it to number 9, Keon Zipper, on the offensive side of the ball tonight. Players of the game, Keon Zipper on offense, Jason Hampton on defense, and special teams, the kicker, Jason Hohenthaner. I see him emerging from the crowd. Our own Jeff Goddard. who's setting things up. As the Lakeland High School band plays the alma mater in the north end zone, the crowd gathers, cheerleaders, anchorettes, band gather down there together. Time-honored tradition here at Lakeland High School. And the Rockets' red glare.
All right, it's Jeff Goddard down in the field with Keon Zipper to my left and Lloyd Summerall to my right. Keon, let's start with you. You had a touchdown pass there the first quarter. Talk about that play.
I mean, it's nothing to say. I don't know. I don't really got nothing to say.
Was that the easiest touchdown you've ever had?
Yeah, that was the easiest touchdown I've had.
Okay, now you scored on that touchdown, and then on the punt, you recovered the punt in the end zone as well for a second touchdown. Which one was more gratifying?
The one I ran.
When you ran, but it's cool to get a special teams touchdown, right? Not too many guys get touchdowns, offensive and special teams, the same game.
Yeah, no sir, that don't happen often.
Now who blocked that punt for you?
Lloyd.
All right, that's a good transition, Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that block punt. How were you able to get through the line and get your hands on the ball?
Man, I had to get off the ball fast first, you know, and I knew if I couldn't clean it up, my boy right here would get it back there fast enough. We'll do it.
So the he owe you dinner? I mean, you set him up for a touchdown.
I mean, he owed me 20, so I guess that's 20 plus 20, and he owed me 40.
All right. I don't want to get in the middle of anything here. Now, you also had a sack tonight.
Yes, sir.
Talk about, as a defensive end, what's more gratifying, the sack or the block punt?
I mean, anything to help the team win. I mean, they both matter, so, you know, anything matters.
And this is your first year transferring from Auburndale.
Yes, sir.
Talk about what it's like playing for Lakeland, a historic power.
Man, it's a great experience. I mean, it's probably one of the best things I've ever been on, you know, coaching-wise and, you know, team-wise. Everybody just together, so, you know, that's good.
Keon, do you feel like you guys can make a deep run this year in the playoffs?
We got a super deep. We got a good chance of going deep this year. Super deep.
Yes, sir.
Now, I also I see you guys are pretty tight, you and Lloyd. You guys thinking about going to college together possibly?
I mean, we talk about it sometimes, but we really don't know till it come down to the end.
So each of you are kind of handling your recruitment separate?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks, guys, for joining us on the postgame show.
Thank you.
Bringing Keon Zipper and Summerall. So by default, we have to give, and I was trying to find his name. He's not in the book. That's why I couldn't find him. I stuttered on the defensive player of the game with Hampton. I was trying to find Lloyd Summerall, and he's not in the program. Number 11 is, in fact, Lloyd Summerall, who will give him the honorable mention defensive player of the game, along with Keon Zipper's offensive player of the game and Jason Hampton defensive player of the game. And Jeff's going to search high and low for Coach Bill Castle to round things out tonight. And you know you're a Dreadnought fan if you're still hanging in there with us. Till the end. So according to Keon Zipper, 2 words for the Dreadnoughts this year: super deep. That's where we're going. We're going super deep into the playoffs and beyond. I like it. That should be right there on a T-shirt right now. Knott's going super deep. Okay. Switching to the meandering ant-like Jeff Goddard somewhere down in the crowd. It really is a Where's Waldo situation with him. He's tough, man. You could make a good little app game out of. Find Jeff Goddard after the game. Yeah, we're all here sweating and trying to cut through the tense heat and the hunger and the gloom of night, and Jeff Goddard's having friendly la-di-da conversations. But lo and behold, I think I see with my little hazel eyes, breaking free from the fellowship of, okay, we're on him. I can't see the camera, but apparently he's spotted. It must take the biggest of telephoto lenses to get Jeff Goddard. But we've got him zoomed in. For some reason, he has to feel the need to walk to midfield. I guess we don't have that good of a zoomed lens. But he's doing it. So, Jeff, whenever you're ready, he'll look up in just a moment. Go for it, Jeff.
All right, back on the sideline with victorious coach Bill Castle. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I know this kind of game, 55-7, probably not a lot you can tell from, but what are some of your impressions from the night's victory over Cooper City?
Well, you know, it's always huge when all your whole team gets to play, and that's the most exciting thing for us tonight. We started the second half with mostly all backups in there, and they did a great job. I was proud of our team. I thought we got a good effort tonight.
It's great in these games, as you said, to be able to get the backups, some reps, and also stay healthy. I don't think there were any really injuries to speak of tonight, were there?
Yeah, we came out good tonight. None that I know about, so that's always good news. You know, I was real pleased with Reggie Kellum, backup tailback in there, really made some nice runs tonight.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah, he looked really good tonight. Not obviously as big as Bowman as you were younger, but he's definitely got the speed. Is that something you've been seeing in practice, or was that a little bit of a surprise tonight?
Not really. We know he's a good back. It's just a matter of getting him in there and getting him some reps. And it's good that Bowman got some rest tonight. He's been dealing with a little pulled groin muscle in his leg, so it worked out for both guys, really.
And it looked like Ski McWilliams, is he not 100%? I know he tweaked his hamstring a couple weeks ago. Looks like he's a little bit tentative about their running.
He's still tentative. It's kind of been a nagging injury, so we'll need him next week. Hopefully, you know, it'll get well. I don't think it's as bad as he's dealing with it, you know, but he's just afraid that he's going to pull it, you know, more, and he's looking forward to this Parker game. So I think he'll be ready to go.
Before we get to the Popka game next year, one last question about tonight. The defense looks especially dominant this year, front seven especially. So talk about the play of the front seven, especially those senior linebackers.
Well, Jahari Martin and Khalil Crawford, Jason Hampton, those guys got a little experience, and you know, they're headhunters, and they made a lot of plays for us. They're good players.
All right, so next week the big rematch with the Popka, one of the most thrilling high school games in the regular season we've seen in a long time. Last year, you guys were victorious over Coach Darlington, 42-35. What do you know about Apopka in terms of how many guys, how much turnover they have from last year's roster?
Their whole offense is back. They lost two of their good offensive linemen. Other than that, all their skilled guys were sophomores last year, and they're extremely talented this year. The defense is much more experienced this year and got a lot of speed on it. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us. They're a strong 8A team that's going to be a contender for the state title, no doubt about that.
I know last year obviously was kind of a high-scoring affair. Do you expect maybe next week to be a little bit more defensive-minded compared to last year?
You never know how the games go when you get into them and all, but we know it's going to be a tough game for us.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck next week against the Popka. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Jeff Goddard. So to summarize the bullet points from the interview for Coach Castle, very pleased that everyone got in the game, says Coach Castle. That's always a good thing. Kellum, very impressed with the sophomore running back coming in and making some good runs. The injury to Ski McWilliams, hopefully that gets to heal up, as well as a little bit of a nagging injury for the groin injury for Bowman this week. And good defensive performance, solid all along. Some headhunters coming in for the Lakeland defense, and a incredible game next week against Apopka coming up with a strong team that is a state contender. So there you go, the bullet points from the interview. Jeff Goddard, Coach Bill Castle. I'm Tim Conti for Michael Barrett and the rest of the crew. We'd like to say good night. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and we hope to see you next week at Apopka. Take care. God bless everyone.